Okay. Well, Monica, it's very nice to talk with you today. And now you are the Cessation Program Manager for the Alabama Department of Public Health. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Wonderful, wonderful. Um, well, that's a really important program because, so many people in the state of Alabama do smoke and they've left themselves open to all kinds of bad health outcomes. Of course, lung problems, cancer, COPD. Now with COVID-19, smoking and vaping makes people a lot more susceptible to that, doesn't it?
Yes, yes, it does.
And
Yes,
of course,
it worsens those the it worsens COVID, I
yeah.
should say.
Yeah, from what I've read, it makes you more likely to get it and also more likely to have a bad outcome. Isn't that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's
Yeah.
correct.
So I think a lot of people maybe, they've heard this message about stopping smoking for a long time, and now we have this pandemic that's killing so many people, and smoking makes it worse. So maybe more people are waking up to it.
I
And
hope
for,
so.
and also heart disease. That's another issue, and all kinds of. I mean, it doesn't do your body good at all.
No, smoking can affect, your heart, like you said, your lungs. It can have an effect on all body systems.
Mm-hmm.
It can also cause oral cancer, esophageal cancer. So it has no mercy on the human body.
That's a great way of putting it. No mercy on the human body, and that's true. It's scary, um, but you have a way to help people because it's not easy to quit smoking. Nicotine is a very addictive drug.
Yes, yes, and sometimes it takes people maybe several attempts to quit.
Mhm.
And we always tell people not to be hard on themselves because, like you said, it is very addictive. And so, if you if you're thinking about quitting, they can always call the quit line or go on the website, and access that, just and get started. And if
Wonderful.
they feel like it's not time for them to take on this venture, they can always call back. We're always open and welcome to help.
Wonderful. Well, so tell me exactly what Quitline is.
So the Quitline is a telephone-based and web-based service that offers quit materials as well as coaching and nicotine replacement therapy for Alabama citizens.
Wonderful. So, how does someone, if they've decided, okay, now's the time to quit smoking, how do they access? What's the best way for them to access Quitline?
Well, they can call the 1-800 quit now.
Mm-hmm.
And when they call the hotline, they will encounter what is called an intake specialist, and the intake specialist will ask them a series of questions, kind of getting that baseline demographic information
Mm-hmm.
and trying to ascertain if they are really and truly ready to quit within, say, a 30-day time frame.
Mm-hmm.
If they're ready to quit within that 30-day period, well, then that intake specialist will send them onto a coach on their first call. That's
Okay.
if that's what they want to do. But if they're not ready for that, then they can call back.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. So you're really meeting them where they are, wherever they are in their um, journey dealing with this.
Correct. Each caller will have a quit plan, which is what the coach will discuss with them,
Uh-huh.
and the quit plan is tailored to that individual.
Right, because I mean everybody's different.
Exactly.
Nicotine affects everybody differently, and everybody has to have their own way of dealing with it.
Yes.
Wonderful. Um, well, you've given me a pretty good idea of what to expect, when people call. So they're going to have someone to talk to, who will listen to them and find out exactly where they are and what the best way to go about this is. Is that correct?
Yes, like so the intake specialist will ask them, like I said, demographic information. They will ask them, um, are they ready to quit within 30 days?
Mm-hmm.
And from there, they will send them on to the coach.
Okay.
And then the coach will ask them some more of their medical history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things like do they have any stressors that might trigger them to smoke?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any contraindicator comorbidity things going on with them, such as um, say diabetes or
Mm-hmm.
heart disease? And if that's the case, then in order for them to get the nicotine replacement therapy, there would have to be there would have to be signed
Mm-hmm.
consent, or their primary care physician would have to clear them in order for the vendor to send them out the nicotine replacement therapy.
Okay. Right. So that, um, taking all of these health considerations into account, because it's not just that one issue that they may be dealing with.
Correct.
Hmm. Wow. Well, that sounds great. So now the coaching part. Do the people going through this, do they have people they can call on a regular basis, to kind of to keep them going when things are maybe going difficult?
Well, what happens, the coach, well, from the first call, while they're waiting on, I'm gonna back it up. When they're waiting on their nicotine replacement therapy to come, the coach will give them some things, or give suggestions on what they could do until their first 2 weeks of NRT, which is nicotine replacement therapy, arrives.
Okay.
And then from there, they give them, again, in between the sessions. So they will have, right now, Alabama Department of Public Health, with the program, we can offer 8 weeks of nicotine replacement
Mm-hmm.
therapy. And so there, that leads to about 4 sessions
Mm-hmm.
with the program.
Okay.
And so after each session, there will be a 2 week supply of the nicotine replacement therapy mailed out to their home.
Okay.
And in the interim, if they do have any other questions, they can reach out to their their quit coach.
Okay.
But normally they give them suggestions or things that they have come up with as a team to help them in the interim between
Mhm.
those sessions.
That's that sounds great, because it's not just dealing with the nicotine, it's also dealing with, um, kind of the lifestyle and the habit of smoking. The
Yes.
Wonderful. Um, so what kind of success rate has Quitline seen, uh, dealing with helping people to get off tobacco?
Well, the vendor provides a satisfaction survey.
Uh huh.
I believe I believe it's about 7 months
Hmm.
out from when they start,
Hmm.
and they have a 90% satisfaction rate.
Wow, that sounds really good. 'Cause,
So I would say it's highly successful.
that's wonderful, because this I know I've never smoked, so I don't know how it feels, but I've talked to so many people who have, and
Right.
they say it really, really hangs on to them. And I talked to so many people who really want to quit, but again, especially in these very stressful times, dealing with a pandemic and all economic issues, so many additional stressors. But it may be the hardest time to quit smoking, but maybe it's the most important time to quit smoking.
Yes, yes. And I'm glad that we're having this discussion, and that people will get a chance to find out about the Quitline,
Mm-hmm.
because we're in a pandemic, and because people might be smoking more, or they might begin vaping,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that that's a way to kind of alleviate their concerns or fears of what's going on. But by them knowing that there's a resource out there, hopefully that will let them know, okay, this is something that could further exacerbate um, my current health condition,
Mm-hmm.
or if I happen to if I happen to become infected with the COVID-19, then there's something out there that can help me alleviate my smoking, or my vaping, or my smokeless tobacco use,
Right.
and help me to kind of not, will help them, help it would help them in their journey, and not worsen their situation, make their
Right.
situation worse, I should say.
Yeah. Because that's really what it's about. Trying to deal with the stress, it can just doing something that makes it worse. Because um, some people, of course, the vape companies promoted this as a way to quit smoking, but
Right.
but that's not. For one, it's not a medically approved way to quit smoking, and
No.
you're not quitting smoking because you still have the nicotine, a lot of nicotine. You have all of these flavoring chemicals that are so dangerous and can cause a problem in themselves. Heavy metal particles from the vape device. It it's kind of like jumping from one frying pan into the fire.
Right. Right. And some people are, they're still smoke, they smoke and they vape.
Yeah.
So it's like you're getting a double whammy, so to speak.
Yeah. And so many people, they don't know how, I think a lot of people don't know really how dangerous it is and exactly what it does. And since I've been going through this program telling young people what it
Hmm.
actually does to their body, like I say, I've never smoked. I've never liked to be around it because I'm allergic to it. But now it's scary. I mean, there's no way I would be around anyone smoking or vaping since I've really gotten into uh, the medical facts.
Right. Right. Um and like you said, you're allergic to it, and certain people with certain health conditions cannot be around smoke.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
and
of course,
I'm one of those folks.
people with asthma, um, a lot of kids I talk to in schools tell me, for one, they're worried about their loved one, their parent or grandparent, but also they'll tell me, I have asthma and it makes my asthma worse. So it's just, it, it's a big health hazard, but it's also such an issue with addiction because nicotine grabs a hold of people. And I think they don't realize, maybe since it's a product that is readily available, that maybe they think it's not as bad as it really is.
Right. And speaking of readily available, that's what the quit line is here for. It's accessible,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes people, they don't feel comfortable with being face to face. And the quit line, you can be in the comfort of your own home. You might be in your car, on your cell, and you can call the quit line, or even access the online service. So it makes it less threatening,
Mm-hmm.
and it's right at your fingertips.
Well, that's wonderful. Um, y'all are doing such a wonderful job at the Alabama Department of Public Health, raising awareness about this and giving people a good proven methods that meet them where they are to help them get over this really big health threat.
Right. That's what we're here for.
Well, thank you so much, Monica. Um, we appreciate everything that you do, and we're going to do everything we can to spread the word so more people can really quit smoking, vaping, smokeless tobacco in 2021.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.